it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D 4X Unity game creation here. I've done 30 hours on this game because everything has been saved to my YouTube channel just so I have this is all documented. Anyways, we did some stuff last time and it wasn't actually done correctly, or I mean it worked, but I started thinking about it after I stopped streaming, and there's an easier and better way to do it. So I figured this would be like kind of a tutorial. Just this first part. Last time we were trying to get names going, and I created a bunch of different names, and some of them are CSV files. See, here's one that I set up. It's got a bunch of names, and I made it. Well, this one's weird because I made it a CSV. This is some of the testing I did. And so the whole point is, if we hit play here, it's going to go through each county and it's going to create a name, and it's right now just putting in the console. It's just gonna put a name, random name, Douglas, Oregon. What? The last name is Price. The name variable is that they're in Douglas, Oregon. That's one of these counties. And the random name is Price, and this person's random name is Richardson, and he's in Wasco, and this person's in Lopez is in Wasco, and Diaz is in Wasco, and Mitchell is in Wasco, and Hughes is in Harney. So that's what we did last time, but we did it by having this gigantic array. And I don't know why there's so many of these. We made this giant array that we just typed in stuff. Well, we didn't type it in, we copied and pasted it. And there's actually an easier way to do this. Much easier way. And so I think what we will do, and I was just thinking, do we want this here or do we want this in our world load? So I'm going to show you how I figured it out the better way, and I have a sample scene that I created with this test file that we'll be copying over this stuff. Basically all of that garbage will be cut down to just like this one line. Well, 2 lines. We're going to need 2 lines just for that. And I don't know how to destroy, like when you're done with an array, what do you do with it? But we might do that afterwards too, just out of curiosity, because we don't need that array dicking around in the background, like hanging out, using up memory. I don't know how much memory it uses, but we don't need it that way. So first things first is, whoops, wrong one. First things first is, in our project, I was sticking this stuff in resources. And so I guess what it does is, if you put things in the resource folder, it's going to turn everything in there into like a giant pack that is not accessible by, it's not in the file system. Oh, I meant to leave my file system open here too. So that I can show you an example with this test. So let's go here, test 2D. And we want it in the file system because the file system is going to, we want the raw files in there just in case people mod it. So basically, if we put it in this folder called streaming assets, when we build the game, it's going to go into here. It's going to go into this 2D data, and then it's going to be under streaming assets. And so this is my test one. So it's down here, and this is just a text file with the names listed. So we didn't have to do any any formatting or anything. It's just a name list. So that's what we're going to do right now is we're going to fix all this stuff. So first things we're going to need is a new thing called, and it has to be called streaming assets, just like that. And like I said, I don't normally, I almost always, well, I do always say that I don't do tutorials. This is going to be like the most tutorializing I do. I'm just double checking to make sure I spelled this right, because it would be dumb if like we started having issues and I had spelled that wrong and there was like a typo or something. So I'm just going to copy and paste that because I know the other one works and that looks right. Then I also am going to put in here, because I don't want just a folder filled with shit, because we're going to be adding stuff in here all the time. As the future goes on, we're going to add in sprites. We're going to add in all sorts of stuff. We should probably put like, because we're going to have a sprite for each one of these counties. Each county is going to have its own sprite. I'm clicking, but it's not. Yeah, so each county will have its own sprite that will not be this ugly. And so all that stuff's going to be in here. So I don't like just dumping it all in here. So I'm going to create another folder in here called lists. And we're going to call it lists. And then we're going to go back into this resources. And we want last names. This one says last names only. That looks pretty good. What is this one? They look the same to me. I'm just out of pure insanity. I'm just going to delete one. Just who cares, right? Then we're going to copy. We're going to cut. Oh, when I deleted that, that made something pop up on my other screen. What the fuck? Go away. What is this? You can come back over here. This is some army stuff that we were looking at last time because I was struggling. Last time was brutal. Last time was very brutal for my streaming and my ego. Not really my ego so much because I knew when I started this that I'm doing things wrong and don't know what I'm doing. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna put it in streaming assets lists, and I thought I grabbed the other one. Oh, you know what? I bet you because I deleted that. What? What happened? All right, we don't want this. We don't want it to be an Excel file. Did I delete something I needed? Wouldn't be the first time. Okay, so I have it on this other screen here. I'm just gonna file, save as, a text file, and tab delimited is the one I'm using, and we're going to save it to here. I don't think it likes it when you do this, but there it is. Stop doing this. What do you keep popping up here? So here it is as a text file. Once again, it's not showing it to me though. Like, of all the weird things to have happen. Well, let's get this out of here because we don't need this. We're gonna put this in like my tempable shit. I guess on my where's my temp bullshit file here. I'm gonna put this over here, and then we're gonna delete it. And then why won't this open? Last names dot text. It keeps trying to open it up here. I'm not really sure why. I want to open it in Notepad because I want to see it in its true form. Whoops. So let's go in there and look at it. I just want to make sure it's the right shit, you know. Assets, streaming assets, lists. Okay, so there it is. It's a text file with nothing special except for some reason it has a thing at the end. It's probably not gonna like that. Yeah, it's not gonna like that. I'm not sure what. It won't let me because it's stop it. It's open somewhere. I don't see it open over here. It's always something. I want to see what it brings up if I had Visual Studio closed. Just trying to go to here. All right. You know, what was I doing? Was I dropping that stuff? There's got to be some way to open a text file. I was editing it, not in here. Whoops, wrong one. I was editing it. Well, let's go back to this. Didn't I just click on this one and it opened it in? This one's opening. What the fuck, man? Is it opening in this other one? I just don't see it. I see the README. We do need to update that README before I forget here. Um, I don't see it. This is probably one of these weird fuck ups that Unity does, where it gets confused and you just got to restart it. Unity, you have to restart Unity surprisingly often, especially later when you have like, man, I'm working on this other thing with 3D graphics and it's fucking brutal with the amount of times that it shits itself and you got to restart. Uh, Now we wait again. Oh, it's opening in there. It said it was opening in Excel. All right, there we go. It just needed the restart. Did this is in the right place? Okay, that's all it took. Once again, probably because I edited it out in some other thing. Let's see if this has a. Yeah, see, it's got a let's make sure it doesn't have a thing at the end. So we got last names. Let's bring over uh, first names. I'm gonna actually do this in a different spot because I don't want to go through what we just went through. So I'm gonna move this over. First names, female first names we need out of there, and male first names. And we're gonna open this up in Excel, and we're gonna file, save as, uh, text file, and we're going to save this to my desktop. I guess we could just do this first one first to make sure I'm not everything isn't fucked up again. Where's my desktop? Desktop and temp BS. Female first names. Yeah, I guess we'll do it that way. I was thinking about changing it to first names dash female and dash male, but file, save as, text file, tab delimited, save. Then we're going to drag this into this list folder. And this one too, hey. This one too. Okay, I haven't done it with a space, but we will see. We'll see. The space shouldn't matter. All right, so we got the, Mary, Patricia. We pulled these off the internet. These are like the top 100 female names in the United States, or I think it was I think I was trying to find North America, and I couldn't find one. They had one for North America. Just let's fix these ones. I don't know if that last thing matters. I don't think it does, but I just want to be safe. Anyways. So we were doing this in world map load, wherever that went. And we don't actually, well, it doesn't matter. So what you need first, because we're going to compare it to this other thing, which I closed because I was getting pissed off that I was having issues. We're going to need this one file open here. I'm listening to some GG Allen right now, and I don't know if he's the guy you want to listen to when you're programming. I don't know if you heard of that guy. Anyway, so we're gonna need an array that's an array of strings. Let's put that. Wait, the big gap there. Initialize county. This is the dictionary list that I struggled with so hard last time. Let's put it below this because they work together. This is gonna be a public. No, it's gonna be a array for name creation. We're going to do this is private string array called first names, and then we're going to do another one. Oh no, male first names, female first names, private string last names. And the thing that's cool about this is, if one of the reasons I wanted to change this when I found out, even though the other way works, let's delete everything out of here. Except for notes. We should probably move those notes into there too. I just want my resources folder to be clean. I am gonna move this over, my notes over too. While we're here, what does this symbol mean? Look at this symbol I've never seen before on here. The fuck is this? I've seen that before, or at least I've never noticed it. We'll put this in streaming assets too. Make resources nice and clean, because resources is something else that we might not use. So streaming assets, from what I understand, is also used mostly for like videos and stuff, but we want this to be copied onto the player's computer just as is, so they can edit themselves. So that will help out modders if we ever want to do modding, which we do. We want to do modding, we want to do multiplayer, we want to do everything. But back to the main thing we're trying to accomplish right now. This is probably gonna be a shorter than normal video too, because man, I am burned out, but my brain cannot. It's 3 days since we worked on this together, and my brain already doesn't know what this is. I'm just gonna delete it because it looks like shit. Oh, I know what it is. It is how we figured out my issue last time. We don't need it. Okay, so we have these arrays that are only going to be used for this name creation, which is why I was talking about getting rid of this stuff. I don't know what this is anymore. Let's get rid of it. This was just a test to make sure that like someone was the last names were working. So we might hold on to that. And so then in our population, all we currently have is first name, last name, and is male. Because it's going to check, hey, is this a male? Give him a male name if there's, but we actually haven't even done that part. It took me like 3.5 hours to get the dictionary list to work last time. So everything that's important is in this generate population function. But there's another thing I thought about, and I decided, because of that debacle with the variable called name before, where that was like an hour of me fucking around, is I don't want to name things name anymore. Nothing is going to be named name anymore. We're going to call it county name, and hopefully that won't ruin all of our lives. Let's hit play to see if we've fucked anything up yet. We may have. We did move around things. Okay, everything looks fine. We would have saw a bunch of bugs and errors and things. All right, so back to the code. Back to the other code. So this is passing in the county name that we're getting, which is actually like the county name here. It's passing that in, and then the total population, which is getting generated by, if it's a capital, it gets 10, and if it's a non-capital, it gets 3 to 8. So that's what these things that are coming in here. I know this looks confusing because it's like a lot going on, but what we really only need to do, though, is we need to assign. See, this is where we're randomly picking a name from this big giant array that we have. This thing, we're randomly picking a name there by going through. Oh, fuck. Let's put this next to it so I don't have to look at so many things. By going or getting a random number between 0 and the length of the array. So all we really need is this array. We need to change this. See, this is like, we need an array with pulled directly from that file instead of pulled from this thing that's a file that's in the code. We were hard coding in the names. We don't want to do that. So what we can do is right here, probably, we can just go, and this is going to be surprisingly easy. What did we call it? What did we call those variables? Let's get last names first. It was called Yeah, I think it was called last names, wasn't it? Last names. Yep. So last names is going to equal file dot read all lines, and that means it's going to read all the lines in the file that we're getting. And path dot combine, and then everything after here, it's going to combine into a one path where it finds this stuff. Whoops, and don't typo. And application dot streaming assets path, and I'm comparing it to this to make sure that I'm not fucking anything up. Then comma, and this is the first. So each comma after this is the little chunk in your so this is long, but so after streaming assets, this is the next part of the name, which is lists, and then the next part of the name is the file. So every comma after this should just be lists, and then comma, what do we call it? Last names dot text, and then we can do that. And now this should work. Should. We aren't using it anywhere, but it should work. So that's it. That's like all of that work to format those files and shit. We could have just done this and we would have had this. There's another way you can do it, but I think so. This is you could also do it like this. So this is the second way you could do it. You could do application streaming assets path plus the name. But the issue with this, I think, is that it depends on what operating system you're on. You don't want the slashes because Linux uses the other slashes or whatever. So you want it to just be these broken up parts. And if it was in the root thing, we would get rid of the root. We would get rid of this list, and it would just be two variables. It would just be like that. But since we're putting in that thing there in that folder, we're gonna do it just like this. This should be cake now. I'm actually not very confident, even though I tested this and fucked around with it. So we're using this thing is called name still. Come on. I thought I renamed this shit. I renamed it county name. County name. County name, county name, county name, county name. Oops. Let's do this. All right. Saving that. So for if the population index is 0, what the fuck is this? Oh, this is a for statement. And so this is it going through each county, and then it's going to give us the index, which should be 0, the first time. And then the name variable, how about we say county name so that we don't so it's easier. So I'm like, not like what? Then it's adding in the new population. So this is the new person that it's adding in. And since we only did last names, because I was was struggling so hard that I couldn't get it to work. So that's as far as we got was last time. Tonight we're gonna try to get all the names in here. Anyway, so random index is gonna be the random between 0 and the length of this variable up here that we pulled from this name up here. Then we're going to the county name, which was given through here, plus the population index, which is going to, the first time is going to be 0. Their last name is going to be... And it's going to pull a random number. That's what this random index thing is, this thing. It's going to put it here. And so it's going to be between 1 and 100 right now. I actually think last names we're doing 101. And we're kind of future proof. We could hard code in 100 right here, but the issue, or 101, the issue is that we might just be typing in names onto that text file whenever we want. Then this is going to print out the random name, and hopefully this will now work. You know, fingers crossed with my luck. Um, it's not luck, with my skill. All right, so let's go all the way up to the top of this thing here. Population index 0 is Griffin. That's a good last name. It's so funny that earlier I got groceries delivered, and a couple of times now I've had a dude named Griffin deliver my groceries. And it's even weirder as I went to a party and met a different guy named Griffin. I guess it's a popular name these days. Population index 1 is in Cowlitz is Roberts Ward. So we should have 10 of these in here. This guy's name is Washington. He lives in Washington, and his last name's Washington. Collins Diaz. I wasn't counting, but I'm just gonna, we should count the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we got 10. It also dawned on me, we're gonna definitely have to break apart the name. So currently the counties are named with the county name and the state they're in. We're gonna have to break that apart 100%. So this is working. I hope. Looks like it's working. We're getting random amounts here. Harney's got quite a few. And then the leader is just something else we were testing. We could actually probably just get rid of that. We know that that works. We don't need this debug log in here. Okay, so now we have the last name, and it's literally this easy to pull from that list, and I wish I had known that. And there's a bunch of different ways to do it, and I went through a number of of different tutorials and things so because Unity's been around for so long, you get stuff from 2010, and things have changed since then. And it's a huge issue here. Mail. I guess I should have just done this instead of just getting us issues here. So now we're going to pull from those other files, and this is what I was talking about. We probably want to delete this shit so it's just not hanging around in memory. What did I call these files? Which one are we going to here? Female. You know what? It might be redundant to call first names because there's no female last names. It's male last names. Let's fix that. Yeah, we'll do female names and male names. And we'll do this copy right here again. And we'll put it here. And we'll do this. And what's your problem? What's your problem? Male first names. You know what we can do here is we can also just give this. And we can do this. And then let's go back in and change these file names. Oh, I left this running. A common thing. I changed this so that when I hit play, everything turns red, because otherwise, I can never tell if it's running or not. I need the reminders and things. Okay, so this should work unless I typoed something. So let's just hit play to see if we get any bugs. That's always the best way to test. Doesn't look like we did. What were we doing with this console log? What the fuck is this thing? Let's get rid of it. This one too. We don't need that shit right now. Man, I've been thinking about this game a lot, and that's why I actually wanted to stream it tonight. I normally stream video games at night, but I've been I wanted to get some work done on it because I've been thinking about it so much, like how the economy is gonna work, shit like that. So anyways, we know that in generate population here, we now have last names generated, but before we I don't I don't. Well, we'll leave this here. Do we need this? I don't think this population index is very useful. Other way around. This way. Okay, so first things first. So it generates this person's last name. Then, and let's put a note in here. Generates person's last name. Then after this, it's going to determine the person's sex. Because currently everyone's male. Which I don't. It'd be a very a very short post-apocalyptic game. Which reminds me, we actually want to put in age too. Where areth my? Here we go. And then we'll put age in here too. Public int, I guess. Wait, can we make it something besides an int? What's smaller than an int? C#, smaller than an int. A byte, a short. We can actually use a byte, an unsigned 8-bit integer, because they can never be negative age, and it would go up to 255. We might put vampires in later. And beasts from other times. Otherworld gods. We could use a short, a U short. We'll just use a goddamn integer. Why do I care? I don't care. So we'll do an int. And we'll say age. And then we'll do new age. Wait. God damn it. New age. And then down here, we're going to do age equals new age. And because we might as well generate that shit now. And then we need to add a new thing in here, and we'll start their age out. Can we do null? We can't do null. We'll start their age out as 0. They will be 0 years old. It's interesting, didn't we up here? Like, isn't this part of this whole clusterfuck? Was we like initialized this from last time? We initialized this. New list, county population. Test population name. I don't know. I'm so scared of this code now because I got it to work, but Jesus fucking Christ, it was murder, man. It was definitely murder. I don't know how I got it to work. I mean, I know how I got it to work. It was like I said, it was murder. Here's no. I don't know. I thought we did it a different way. I thought we had to add. I thought we had to add it like a whole. Who knows what I thought? It's fucking working. Don't touch it. I'm gonna put a note in here. Not about the don't touch it part. This adds to the dictionary list a new person. So basically, we wanted a dictionary list so that it's like Portland, and then it's the Portland, is person 0 and person 1, person 2. Anyways, so we got this. We want to generate, determines the person's. We would need to determine the person's sex random. So we need another random age. No, random. I bet you. I don't need a new one. Let's not call this random index. Let's just call it random. Let's call it random number. And then if we do, oh, sorry there, buddy, number, and then we can just do random dot range between 0 and 1, 0 and 2. So we're going to get 0 and 1. Oh, we can't do that. Okay, I was hoping we could rewrite it right over it, but I guess we can't. Random. We'll call this one random last name number. What is your, it didn't like that. Oh, it's because this still exists. Random last name number. What a stupid variable name. It's fine. Random age number. And then what we'll do, this debug log is annoying me for that it's there. In fact, let's just get rid of it for now. No, we'll wait for later. What we'll do, just since it's annoying me, is we'll do that. I don't know why it's annoying me. So then this is going to be, and then we'll do an if statement. If random age number is equal to 0, then, not wrong equals, equal to 0, then who is this person? Just copy this over here because we're going to be using that a couple of times. Sex, is male. I guess I could have called it sex, but then I would have to, I need a bool. If they're a 0, is male equals true. Yeah, if they're a loser, then that's that. Else, whatever. If they're a female, we don't need to put a else statement in there. If we get a 0 on this random check, it's gonna make them a male. So everyone started out as females actually, which is once again still a problem in the apocalypse. So now we know their sex. So now we can assign them assign first name. Oh, you know what? We can just stick it right here. And first name. We can just stick it right here in this male dude. First name. So we want, then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to say first name. We'll do two random first name number equals. Oh, we're gonna have to have it different. We're gonna have to have it different. Because there might be a different number of, we might have more male names than female names. So equals random dot range. Yeah, like how long do these variables sit around? I guess until this function's done. But what about these ones up here? Like I said, it might be nice to blow these away when we're done with them, because that list could get like thousands of names long. 0 to female names dot length. Okay, what's your problem? Why are you mad at me? Use rant. Oh. There's an older thing. Then we'll just copy this, and we'll put this here. We'll say male name number, and we'll just get rid of this stuff. That's lowercase. Okay, so if this is true, then first name equals. How did we do that up there? This is for males. Male names. random, and then I guess we'll do this again. I have this blown up pretty big so that it's easier to see in the videos. And then else, we actually are going to use an else statement. Else, we're just going to make this the random female name because it doesn't, they're already, the bool defaults to no. So we're going to do this county name, population index, first name equals random female. And then we'll hit that save. Then this is what I was like, we'll need this because we're going to test this right now. You know what? Fuck it. We're not going to test it right now. We're going to put a random age in. So then last random age number. What? We'll do. So this is a post-apocalyptic game. So we're gonna say all the kids are dead because we don't want to deal with fucking kids, man. Kids are dumb. So we're gonna say between 18 and 70. That seems really old. We'll say the 70-year-old died of attrition. 61. So everyone will be between age 18 and 60. And then this should be easy. We're just gonna copy this stuff. We're gonna put this here, and age equals random. If we really wanted to do it, we would like find the name. You know, this would be insane, but we can find the names. Like older names would be more prevalent, you know, for the older person. But no, we're not gonna do that. So now down here, we're gonna rename this thing. Actually, we're gonna redo this whole thing. We're gonna say this is gonna be random person. And so then we're going to have a plus that, plus, man, this thing is going to look ugly. I got a noise. A noise happened in my brain as if I got a new follower, but I don't see one. How weird. How odd. I think that happened the other day too. So then we're gonna do. Actually, let's not do last name first. Let's do first name first. First name. Then we'll copy this shit because we want a space in here. Why is it so mad at that? Plus a space plus last name plus a space age plus. Oh, here's the issue. There's a little thing there we didn't need. Plus age. We forgot their sex. So we shall do that. We'll put it up here though. We're gonna put it. Let's put it above because we want to know is male plus oh no problem. How is your night going? All right, what is your problem here? Oh yeah, we do need this. I deleted all those things. All right, this is gonna be insane. Is male, first name, last name, age. Once again, I'm not confident, but let's see. It's mad about something over there. We haven't even started. Okay. Well, that's wrong. Because that's a dude's name. Jonathan James. The guy's got 2 first names. So Walter Jenkins is male. Howard is male. I'm doing good. I'm doing good tonight. It's or tonight for me. Terry could be a man or a woman. I didn't check. Benjamin. Everyone seems to be. I haven't seen a single, and except for this person, Jeremy Cook. That's almost my name. My name's Josh Cook. Joe Baker. Yeah, we got a problem with our code here. There's something going wrong. I think it's one of these random numbers that I got in. Whoops. This is a different. That was my test thing there. We want. We're generating something wrong. If random sex number, which sounds is equal to 0, is male equals true. 0 to 1. I mean, how many dudes did we get in here? It seemed like all of them were. Joe, Anthony, Thomas. I mean, we could have some Paul. Those are all Steven. Yeah, I thought that said Stephanie for a second. Yeah, there's something wrong with this here. Whoops, did it again. Range 0 through 1. If it's 0, do bools default to true? I thought they defaulted to false. I think that's what happened here. I totally thought bools defaulted to false. Equals false. Then we have this is just a typo here. Or not a typo, a missed thing. So that's they got male names anyways. All right, attempt number 2. If it's just 2 tries and it works, then I'm quite fine with that. Yeah, so my other channel, I just stream video games, indie games mostly. So we got Kimberly, and she's 19. We got Joseph, he's 46. We got Arthur, he's 28. We got Angela. False, yes. Just double checking here. I totally thought Bulls defaulted. Maybe I said somewhere. I don't remember doing that, but maybe I did, because you can't null a bool. You can't null a bool. What am I looking for here? It's right here. That's weird. I'm even saying it's false right here. So we should get about 50-50. I'm too lazy to count this shit though, because it's also gonna be a random number. Portland, Oregon. We got Kathleen Green, Scott Campbell. These names are so boring. James Gonzalez. They're almost as boring as Josh Cook. Gregory Cox, Eugene, Joan Haywire. I think I like her. Robert Gray. Okay, so that is everything that we wanted to accomplish there. It only took 49 minutes. And like an hour of me fucking around with that before I streamed. Just it was the reading from the files that I had to fuck with for so long. It was surprisingly brutal because there's so much outdated information Okay. I want to get rid of this stuff. Let's get rid of this stuff. Too many comments going on. Let's get rid of this stuff. We can put them back in later. We'll just clean up a couple of things here before we move to the next step. The next step is going to be to print this when the person clicks on population in their county. Yes, I was thinking. I was like, wait, how did we do this? We are going to. I need this shit here either. I'm gonna leave this. No, actually, let's take out this debug log. It's too. It fills up the fucking logs, you know. Um. Okay, so this is pretty cleaned up. Yeah, so we're gonna name every person. I've always wanted to play like a 2x game where every person is accounted for. And so we're gonna have the population. So it's gonna take place after like a plague. So there's not gonna be very many people alive. So there's gonna be like 10 people in capitals, and then between 3 and 8 in these other ones. But you can get more people easily later. That's something else we're gonna do. And I actually played a game last night called Songs of Six, where everyone is accounted for, which I thought was pretty cool. So that's what this is. We're in the infancy of the game here. So let's go back to our UI here. And I think what we're going to want to do is take a look at this thing. Yeah, we just have the basics here. So what we're going to want to do, though, is we're going to want to change this population text. So I'm a pretty critical guy, and I forgot. So I've streamed like Songs of Six like 6 months ago, and then I streamed it again to see what how much work the developer had put in. I was pretty impressed last night. This I don't think should be like this. This should be stretched out. But yeah, I've always like. So imagine like Crusader Kings 3 if you could look at all your thousands of people and just out of curiosity. So that's what I was thinking about. And I was like, I kind of want to do this in this game, but then I was thinking you can't do like 1,000 people. 1,000 people is too much because every county is going to have 1,000 people, and then you get a million things going on in the background. So this is actually going to be kind of like almost a hybrid of City Builders and 4X's, I hope. So we need to change this into a button, and that button will open up a new. We need to do first actually is let's turn this off. Let's look real quick. I just have some bullshit number in here. Let's put a real number in here. Yeah, it's just some bullshit number. Let's put a real number in there. Is this still working? Yeah. And I don't remember where we were getting that number because I have a terrible, terrible memory. So we don't need this anymore. They've been renamed anyways. Oh, you know what? We can get rid of this array that I made last time. It is no longer used. Less code is better, right? As long as things work. We're definitely going to have to change this, though. We're not going to do it tonight, but what was I doing? We don't need this open anymore, I don't think. We might. How did this thing jump in here? We might actually. We might go a little. We might put skills. So I'm gonna have them have skills and stuff too, like a city builder, and it's actually gonna tick off like days that they work. You know what? I was kind of thinking that it was sort of like more is for their skills and stuff is what's that Frost? Is it just Frostpunk? That Frostpunk game. Um, because there's gonna be work hours and things too. But I also don't want to. I want to have it is up to the player's choice of how much they want to micromanage, because I am not a big micromanage guy, and I want to be able to push buttons and like assign everything to everyone or whatever. Let the computer deal with the micromanagement. Uh, I can't even remember. We don't need this. I'm just deleting any comments that I don't know what they are. So, whoops, got a little hog wild there. You know what we could do? There's an easier way to do this. We can just go to. I think it's on. Yeah. So where were we getting that information from? We don't need this debug log bullshit. We were getting that information from the county. We were assigning it somewhere. Just some, not county population. It was county. It was just county. We were getting that information from here. So we actually need to assign this population at the end of the population creation. When we hit the end, I was like, what the fuck is this? We just did that. We need to assign. How are we going to do that? Because we have the length. Trying to think of the easiest way to do this. So we have this already down here. So if we put this, it's not going to be at the end of this though, because this is generating all the population. I actually, we can do it right here. Oh, this is a different thing. This is counties. We're in world. Population equals. But it actually doesn't equal that. Third time's the charm. It's not going to equal that because there's actually a leader in Portland. There's a leader, so we need to add the leader, but we don't. Let's do this. Let's put a note in, because right now we haven't generated the leaders for the other countries or the other counties. I mean, so let's put a note in here. Whoops. Under this. Oh yeah, I added this in the other day. I forgot that we needed to do that. So let's edit this and say, and add them to the population count on the county. Okay. And I think, yeah, I think that's what we'll do for now, because we need to add the population. We need the other leaders generated first. What is this shit? We can close this. We don't need this open. We need that open. We don't need this open anymore. Look what I left that in there. Let's get this out of here. A lot of cleanup going on. So back to this. I think this should be pretty much. If we put this here. And then on this, though, I can't remember. UI, we're going to need a UI county panel. How are we assigning these? How are we assigning these? What did I just do here? That's just assigning the... Oh, come on. I don't know what I deleted earlier, so I wanted to make sure I didn't delete something important. This is just assigning the game object. Where did we put this? We put that... Man, like I was saying, my memory... Yeah, that just has the... Did we make a... Oh, there's no script on there. I don't even have that many scripts, but I can't remember the names of them. It's been 3 days. It's not our timekeeper. It could be... I mean, that's what we were just looking at. This shouldn't really have anything going on. How are we assign? Maybe I was just sticking... No, I'm not. This is the way that number's coming from. But where are we updating that? Yeah, so it's gonna... Have you ever played Dominions 5? Or 4? Or 3? Or 2? Well, I don't know where I'm assigning that, but it's working. It's already working. Can't remember what I did. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have... So I like one of the things. So this is gonna be kind of like the closest merge I can think of is like CK3 and Dominions 5. So if you played Dominions 5 is a turn-based one though. So what we're gonna do, and it's actually kind of next. I think it might be pretty close on our list here. All right, I take that back. It's a ways to go. We could move it up. No. Basically, you're gonna pull people out of your population to turn them into like generals and spies and stuff. Think of like Total War. You know how you have actual dudes moving around. I don't like. That's one of the things I don't like about CK3 is how there's not dudes moving around. Like your leader, you know, they're always at home. They don't move around. And originally I was gonna have you like classify them, like say like you're making a spy, let's say, or diplomat, kind of like Total War. I have big dreams here, by the way. I don't know if I can do it. I'm a noob, but I'm want to try. This is all open source too. I might take it away from open source later, but right now it's all going to be open source till much farther down the line. But so I think instead what I'm going to do, because so back to the population thing, when we generate, eventually we're going to generate skills for them and stuff. And so you'll pick from the population list to say like, hey, make this guy a spy, and he'll have stats and stuff. But you're not going to say he's a spy. You know, you're not going to call him a spy. You're just going to pick the guy that's the most spy-like, and then you're going to send him on spy missions, if that makes sense. Instead of saying like he's a spy, you're going to say like, hey, have this dude go spy, and that way you can have anybody do whatever. But you wouldn't want to pick the guy that sucks for spying to be spies or whatever diplomats, and same with the leader. So it's gonna have the same like kind of leader mechanic as CK3 as well, where but you can move him individually without him just being in that county. And it takes place in North America. That's the other thing, because you know I'm in North America. Figured that will be the start. This is Oregon and this is Washington. We're starting very slow and small with the map, because I've messed around with some other game development, and I noticed that basically if you try to build this giant start you're gonna fuck something up later and have to go back through and change all that stuff. So I want it small to start with, you know, and then we'll each mistake we only have to fix these 7 counties currently instead of 300 or whatever. I guess it would be around 300 with like a little bit of math. So for some reason, wherever this is being assigned, this is already working. So, oh, you know what though? I got a 3? Let's make sure that this isn't a 3 again. Okay, it's a 4. This one should always be 10. The other thing I wanted to do, and actually let's do this first because we're going to need it for our next test here. So there's these things called scriptable objects. And scriptable objects, and I'm going to use them not how you're supposed to. We're going to make a new one, and I'm going to call it dev options. So basically it's like another type of list, kind of another type of class that I got really excited about when I first ran into them. Then I think you just got to put scriptable object up here. Then I found them less useful the more I used them, but I found them really useful. You know? Well, oh, here it is. Oh, this is Dominion 3, and it always grays it, it blacks it out. That says Dominion 3. It's literally sitting on my desk. So, like one of the things I love is you get all those crazy leaders and stuff in Dominions 3 or 4 or 5. I want to like kind of duplicate that, but not. So Dominions 3, they're not assigned to a class. They just have stuff that you hire the guys that are better. Yeah. Yeah, it's insane. I bought it years ago. I haven't actually done a scriptable object in forever. Let me look at what one looks like here. I did it with my Colts thing. It's been a very long time. Assets, scripts. Did I? Here's one. Player variables. Yeah, so this is one of the I changed so that was the one where I was using scriptable objects all the time that I stopped. So we can, but I use them for like player variables, and we actually don't need this to be a file. Basically, with scriptable objects, you can right click and create one from the create menu, like right here. I mean, if you can put them in there, but we don't need that for this. We just need this one dev option. But I still gotta look at it because I can't remember. Public. Oh right, you're supposed to name this though with an SO at the end. And now we can delete it, recreated it. It's never done that in my life. What? All right, whatever. I don't know what it's doing. We don't want this thing. We're gonna want this thing gone. Yeah, so I used to stream Dominions pretty regularly. I don't know, I maybe only like five times, 6 times. But I've been playing Dominions since Dominions 2. I love that game. I mean, I wish they'd made more progress on it. But when I say progress, I mean I wish every game wasn't the same. If you're playing Dominions 3 or 4, you might as well just keep playing that. It's no different than then 5 or whatever one. Yeah, so this is just the same as a class, except we put scriptable object at the end. And the reason why I'm using a scriptable object is because when you change it, when you're in the play, when you hit play here, when you hit play and you're here and you change variables, it doesn't remember them, but scriptable objects do. So I set up the dev options just to be like a working way to like change things and it will remember. So if we change stuff when we're looking at it, we don't want to have to re-click something every time we start it. So the reason why I was even getting into this at all is because I want to be able to, while we're developing stuff, we currently have it set up. And like I said, I don't think this is how you're supposed to be using scriptable objects, but this is the way I want to. Hey, there's 8 people here this time. So like in this province, we have a hero, which is the leader. Speaking of heroes, so in here, I want it while we're playing right now. I want to be able to see inside this population number, and also be able to click on this population. It's currently set that since these aren't our provinces, we can't look at it. So I'm going to put in this scriptable object. We're going to put in a bool, our public bool. Can see province info. And we're not going to put this as a capital, though, even though my hand really wants this to be a capital. Man. And we're going to make this. Let's see here. Then we're going to go back to, we got to find that thing where it was if this equals this. That's a great description of an if statement of a particular one. If this equals that, if the owner province, I'm trying to think where this would be. It's going to be under select county is where it's going to be. Wherever my select county is, it's MIA. Let's open that up. If it's right here, this is just some temp bullshit to not allow you to look at counties you don't own. So what we're going to do, we're going to put in here, or, oh, we need a thing. Not that far along. Serialized field, private, dev options, I think is what we're gonna do this. It's been a long time since I've used the. No, I don't think. What did we call that? Can. No, it can't. So that's one of the limitations is. No problem, man. I am still very new, so if you, I always am down for constructive criticism as well. I think, man, I cannot remember how to do this. I'll have to look it up in that other script. Can, what did we call this? And have a good, I already forgot. You told me what time it was, but afternoon. It's afternoon. I'm actually going to take a break here. I was just trying to get this dev options SO. What did we call this? Can see province info. Let's do... I can't remember how this works. I wanted to just move this down though. Or... Yeah, I gotta look up how to do this. I don't think you do it like... Maybe you do. Now I lost it because it's no longer a bug. Uh, let me search. Yeah, so according to my mental calculations, I still feel like this is wrong. Let's see here. We might also change these to scriptable objects because basically they're for things that you're adjusting before you start, and we want to adjust in the inspector. Where would this be here? What were we looking? Then I'm gonna take a break. I just want to. This is select county. Yeah, that's the issue. Is that we'd have to drag and drop this scriptable object in here. And this is actually, maybe I won't do this scriptable object. I don't want to get, I gotta, let's wait on that because I haven't messed with it in so long. I'm gonna have to look back on how they work. Let's turn this off temporarily. We'll deal with this later. And actually, we'll just leave that out and put this back. And I'll go take a quick break and we'll finish the other things. We can just put in, I guess we can do it individually, but we can just put in a global variable in world load. We'll get rid of this thing. I cannot find anything up here today. There it is. We'll just put it like a global dev option up here. But then we'll have to go into the script to change it. What a pain in the ass. This is a bool. I guess we don't need it public and... Yes, we do. Can see province info. And then we'll go back. This will be... I just want to finish this one little part before I take a break. Select county. Oh my god, I called it a province again. Select county. Then we'll do this. Or equals true. Here, we'll do it this way, even though this is not the way I want to do it. But this is temporarily, it will work. If equals player name, if they equal the owner name, or if this is, we'll be able to see the actual population. And I wonder if that will work. You know, I don't think we tested it after I set that up. Yeah, that didn't work. Population unknown. Did we ever even set that? Now I... Oh, you know what the issue is we never set this to true. Let's get this shit out of here. Get this shit out of here. We'll deal with this scriptable object later. We never set this to true. Yeah, see this starts as false. I wonder why that all kicked into true. They default to false. That's so weird. There's something else I was missing there. So that worked. For a second there, I thought everyone had 4 population. This would be maybe we want it. This is, yeah, that's 10 and that's 10. Maybe 4 isn't quite enough. Well, that's like a balancing issue, though. Anyways, I'm gonna take a quick break. Let me throw uh, up my break timer. Minor Threat started playing. That's another. I don't know if that's the the programming language or programming music for me. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, and thank you for the follow too. I don't want to say your name because I don't know how to say it. I know you probably left by now. Um, but uh, I also need to fix something I just noticed. I'm gonna put this over here so you guys can't see what I'm doing. I need to make the chat disappear after a certain amount of time. It's so weird to come back in and have no music. Um, I don't think I'm gonna monetize these videos, and I've been thinking about this for a while. I don't think so. I could play. You guys could hear the music that I'm listening to if that's the case. If I'm not going to monetize it, I don't know if that's. Uh, I'm still thinking about it. The monetization part, I'm almost 100% positive because I don't really care. It's like not about the money. It's more about just just the doing. Like that type of thing. It's just more about seeing this struggle. I decided that we're not going to use scriptable objects while I was smoking, um, because that's the issue with them is you can't make them public and static and stuff, or maybe you can, and I just don't know how. Uh, and so they become like it's better to use. It's easier to use lists. At least it's easier for my skill level. I don't know where we were doing. Select county. Let's get this shit out of here. Uh, Okay, so what were we doing? We were going to make these into buttons. And so that's what we got to do is make the canvas UI. We're going to go down to the population text and we're just going to stick a button on here, just like we did on these other panels. You know, this, well, not that. On this, we just made the text a button. So we're going to, population text is now going to be, we're going to add, actually, I think we're going to add it on here, actually. A button. And now we can test if that works just by hovering over it here. And then we'll do an on-click thing. It will bring up a new panel. I can't tell. That's changing? I don't know if you'll be able to see that. That's changing, but man, we might need to make that a little more pronounced. What you can do, you know, this is the highlight color, the pressed color. Well, we'll just leave it for that. We're gonna have a beautification project at some point. I'm kind of curious. Why did I? We don't have an on click yet. Um, how does that button look? I thought that button looked better, but it looks very, very light to me. Very, very light. It is very light. You know, we should change that. Should we? Do we care? We care. Let's see what we can do. On highlights, selected. We want people to be able to tell. Like, see, look, it's like so minimal. We want people to be able to tell that that's a button. Let's change these to like 0.9 across the board. What does that give us? It's like some sort of red color, though. You know what we could do instead is make this 0.9 and then we can see if this works here. Which one was I doing? Population text? I think that's a little better. Maybe? Is that just my brain? Yeah, it's a little bit better. Let's do it to that. Let's change this. This is the problem with all these things. 0.9. Wasn't those other ones 0.4? They're different. Why would it be different? Fuck. Did I do that? Okay. Well, let's see what this one says. This one's 0.96. I must have fucked something up. Whoops, not 0.4. Let's copy this. Why'd you go to 0.9 whatever? So weird. Oh, that one changed it too. Um, okay. I just copied and pasted that same number in. I want some consistency here. So anyways, on click, we're going to have this open up a new panel. This panel is going to be kind of large. We actually might not get through this tonight. I was only planning to stream for like 2 hours tonight because I wanted to maybe stream it like a roguelike later. But what do we got here? We got the army info panel. We got this one. Let's look. We need to look where this stuff is here. Maybe we can have time to get the population panel, which will be big. That's what my mouse is telling you is big. Let's put it above. We're gonna do a new a new panel. We're gonna call it. It's not gonna be that big. We're gonna call it well, for now, population panel. Yeah, we'll call it info. So what I'm thinking, and I was mentioning this before, we might want to use the same panel for, if you click on the leader, it might bring the same panel up, but just with different information. We'll make a new panel for now, I think. What do I have this? 1080 is what we want. I'm just making sure. This one, we're going to make this, let's drag this just with our eyeballs here. Put this, hold Alt down, and then push center. That's still too big. Let's do, what's 1,000? 1,000. Let's turn on one of these so we can see what it's next to, what it looks like next to it. That's actually not bad. You know, me and my even numbers. Let's go with that for now. We're gonna need a text box. What the fuck am I doing? And we're gonna call this. God damn it! Jesus. I thought I called this province again. No, we're gonna put this. We're also gonna have to figure out how to make this work for different whatchamacallits. I don't know why I'm doing it that way. We'll put it at the top, and then we'll make it big across the thing here. Make this big across this thing. And we'll call this info panel title. Me and my never ending names of things. Make this centered. I don't quite know why. I mean, there's no way I dragged this perfectly. Oh, because what did I drag over there? We wanted this. Yeah, we wanted this to be over here. We wanted this to be here. Not sure why they let you do that. I wonder what the use is. That's always my question for everything. Like, what is the point of why is this allowed? Why is this one number this way? I took a programming class ages ago, and wow, that is hard to read. We're gonna make this bigger as well, or darker. What about 7? What about 8? You know, we don't have to have the text be white or the background be white. We'll go with 0.8 here. Let's turn this vertex color. You know, I probably have black marked right down here. County population. Now we're just making everything look different. We gotta stick with whatever we're gonna do. We need to stick with it. Then we're gonna need another text box here for the actual county population list. And we're gonna say this doesn't say anything. We're gonna go back to the scene here, and we're gonna make this gigantic, and we're gonna kind of like totally half-ass this the first move, because I just want to see if this works. I'm almost positive it's gonna work, but I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a scroll bar. Actually, this is gonna need to look different. Yeah, we're gonna have a scroll bar, and I think we're gonna instantiate stuff. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to get to this tonight. Let's look at our list here of things that we were supposed to work on and see. Update the population number in county info panel to have the correct population to be a button. Well, that's like, these are two different tasks. Cut. Save. That one's done. This is done. We did this. Close the issue. Yeah, we gotta stop doing, when I say we, I mean me. We gotta stop, actually, let's do this one. Population, county population text needs to be a button to open a new panel that has a list of the population. That's like basically what we're working on right now. I made it so that my Discord updates with stuff that we've done. Issues update and any other changes to the repository. When a hero or army in the province info panel is clicked, it should open a new panel. That's what we're working on. County population biomes and secret locations. Once again, this is 3 different things. Why did I do this? Whoops. Why did I do this? County population. Is that what enumerate means? To fill in county population, generation, and random generation. That's what this is. And we're done with it. We're going to put this up here. And we're going to close that. We got that working. It's done. And that should go away in a second here. But what we also need is biomes and secret locations. Let's break that into 2 as well. When I say biomes, each county should have 3 biomes. And I was thinking about this more too, and I'm not sure this is going to 100% work. We're going to convert this thing to an issue. Man, this thing's going to be filled with fucking posts. So each county should have 3 biomes. For example, Portland would have ruins, forest, and farm. The ruin, there would be 3 ruins, 2 forests, and 1 farm area for buildings to be built in. All right, let's update this thing. And what was the last thing that I had? Secret locations. Exploration of counties. This is also an idea I got from Dominions that I really like. So Dominions, you gotta like send a guide to each place to search it. We'll do that right after that. And I really like that. And so one of the, you can also cast spells, but because you find these like locations and you find these things, and I really like that. So I think we should do that in each county, and like we could find, because there's gonna be magic in this too. We can find first the main thing. We'll put that in here. The main thing that exploring heroes will find is new population, and this is one of the ways we're gonna get more population. And these will be like wanderers in that county that have joined, but they will also have a chance to find secret locations like magical groves and lost technology. Because we're gonna, so that's one of the things that I think I've mentioned this before, but I want to have like everyone starts out the same, but then they can pick, like, I want to be a druid, I want to be, you know, like a cyberpunk type guy. Cyberpunk's probably not what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of more of a, what's the Fallout guys that are in battle armor? Uh, you can go that way. So basically, you know, when you play Dominions, I know I mention Dominions all the time. At the beginning, you pick like, I want to be the undead, or I want to be the sailing guys, I want to be the fucking Pangea guys. Uh, this everyone would start out the same, and then using research and the things they do, it would branch out, and they could become the Pangea guys or the undead or whatever. And it would also depend on what they found in their areas there in each county. So I don't want to force a player to be a certain way. Like, maybe they could find like a forest glade that would be pro druid, or they could like sacrifice fucking animals there and then go, you know, no animals are going to be hurt in the game. I've already decided that. I'm a big lover of animals. So no animals hurt besides, you know, eating them. Um, it could be a vegan video game. The druids actually probably would be vegan. But anyways, sacrificing humans in the forest glade would give you like blood bonus if you did that or whatever. Well, this is so far down the road that it's, you know, we shouldn't even be talking about it. So let's make this open and list. How much time do I have? It's all right. Can I do it in 20 minutes? Probably absolutely not. But we'll give it a shot here. So this is, no, we're not going to be able to get that done because I want to do the instantiate. So basically, we're gonna want a thing that you can scroll on the side, because 10 can easily fit in here. But when you have, you know, 100 people living here, it's going to be a while. But what we can do instead of that, is there an easy, quick way to do this? Easy and quick. So first off, we have it in generate population. So it's going to be under select county, which we're already in. No, it's not going to be under that. It's going to be under its own thing. This is going to be, well, we can do this here first. The county info panel population text is going to, if you on click, it's going to bring this thing open. We're going to have game object set active. So that's going to turn on this game object when we click on the population, and we're going to like half-ass this shit. Then we're also going to need, though, another button on here, an actual button that closes this thing down. Because otherwise it's, and what we can also half-ass this right now. See, it's always in such a weird spot. Like, it's too close. There's probably a way, in fact, I know there's a way to make it so it's not so close to the side. What does that look like in game? I guess it looks fine for now. Then we're going to do the same thing. It's going to close this panel and game function, and it's going to set active off. This one was set active on, and I don't think I turned that on. I didn't. We just got that weird, this happens occasionally where I get a weird welcome to the chat room message. Like my stream restarted, but when I looked last time, it didn't. I don't know what's the deal with that. I mean, it says we've been streaming this whole time. Okay, so let's hit play. Whoops. We don't want to hit play. We want to hit, I guess we could have tested something. We want to turn that off first. Then, I left that on accident. Then we click that and it brings that up, and then we hit close and it closes it, which is what we wanted. So that part works. Then, how much time do we got? 15 minutes? We can do it. We can do it. We can make this. Basically, I just wanted to throw up a list, uh, a shitty looking list of everyone in the population. So let's do that real quick. So it's going to be, that part is going to be its own script that will be attached to the controller. It will be attached to the population info panel, and that's what we'll call it. UI, and we'll stick this on there. It always does this. You know, when I first started using Unity, it didn't do this. When you created one, it opened the actual one that you created, and things worked better. I think it's because I'm on a too new version of Visual Studio. So the first thing we're going to need here is we're going to need a serialized field. Text mesh pro population list text. And I know we're gonna be using text a bunch of times here. Then we're going to we're going to this is actually on enable, I think, is what we want to do. I've never used on enable. Private. Yeah, I've never used on enable. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. How does on enable work? Alt for fixes. Static? No, we just need a void one. Private void. Why does it want static in there? Let's start over. I may have. Oh, I see what the problem is. We're a little low. I went too low. Void. Fuck you. Private void on. You know, I may have used on enable, but not like I've never typed out like, oh, this is, or known what it was for. But each time we open up the population, uh, we don't want it on awake. We want it each time we open up. I wonder why this works then. Basically, each time we open up that panel, we want it to do something. But how are we doing? We must have that like on update or some shit. Select county. It just turns them on and off. What is causing? We'll actually need that one. These never change. Basically, I'm trying to pre-think out bugs here. Oh, this is still on. I need to turn that off. County panel. Um, Why does this work? You know what? I don't think this is gonna work with certain stuff. What I mean is, this works fine right now if we're clicking on stuff. We're re-pulling the information. But let's say we have this open and then we gain a new person or a person dies. I don't think that this is going to have the right information. And on enable actually wouldn't help that at all. And that's what I was thinking here, but actually awake would work because every time we click this, it's opening. And it's gonna re-pull the information. I don't think we need on enable actually. So there's no way we're gonna do this in 10 minutes. Because I need to rethink through the whole goddamn game. We'll just use awake. We'll deal with that later. Wake. So on awake, we want to for I use so many for statements now. I can't even believe it. For int I equals 0. Nope, not a comma. I is less than selects county dot currently selected. This is a list though. This is gonna be kind of you know what we could do. Var and then what we can do is we need to actually go, it's called county population is what it's called. What is that in world load though? County population dictionary. Look at how long that variable name is. County. Dot. It's not length, is it? No, it's count. Semicolon I plus plus. That has to be wrong. That's all I gotta say is that has to be wrong. So basically, in the county population dictionary, which is why we struggled to get that dictionary list to work in the first place, is for this exact reason. We're gonna get the county name that we currently selected and select county. So it still should be floating around in the memory that we selected whatever. And then we're going to go through each one and print it to the population text should equal and this will be the real test of if that shit's working. First name. Okay. So remember this big long thing we did, this debug log over here? We actually can use that. Where the fuck was that thing? That was under, did I leave it here? Did I delete it? Oh, not select army. I saw a big gap somewhere. And I was scrolling and I was like, I saw a big gap. I need to delete that big gap. And I don't know. It wasn't under Select County. Where the fuck was it? It was on World Load map thing. World Load, where are you, motherfucker? World. Alright, we don't need the readme right now, do we? We could put in this part. What is this? We can hit stop here. We're on day 9. 2, 5, F1. 2, 5, F 1. And we can close that now. Arrays, we don't need that open anymore. Select, here it is. It was just hiding over here because I had too much stuff open. We don't need army open. UI county panel. No, we set this up kind of interestingly. Why was I looking for this? Because I was looking for this. This is what we're going to do. Copy this shit. Way back to here. Let's actually just comment out this whole thing. Speed is the main thing we're doing here. Population dot text equals dictionary county. We gotta have this world load thing. You know, we could. You know what we can do to make this much easier? Copy this whole fucking thing here. Paste this here. Cut that. Paste that. There we go. And that will eat that. That will mean that. This will mean this. And once again, I have conflicting feelings about if this county is male. We need the index at the end. Whoops. It seems weird to me that this is the way to do it, but whatever. So then we're going to have is male. No. We're not going to do it that way. We're on to something here, though. We're going to cut all this shit out. When you have the text all blown up, this is definitely the way to do it. We're going to do this. But we're going to put this in a different order. And in fact, you know what we can do that might make this be easier just to look at? Name. This might turn into a clusterfuck, by the way. So we'll have the name, and then we'll put first name, last name, plus age. We want the age to be there. All right, this is a good album to listen to while I'm programming minor threat. So then we have the age in here. We don't need this here, but we do need we'll do this for right now. Is male? Which is like the dumbest way to do this. Like if imagine if you went to you saw a list of people and it was like instead of saying male or female, it just said is male. Fucking stupid. We're gonna just do it that way though temporarily. We'll make it look better in a second. In fact, we don't even care if it looks good at all. And then we need one last thing. Plus the new line thing. This isn't gonna work. And you know why it's not gonna work? It's because it's gonna overwrite it every time. There's another way to do this, and I don't. Append? All right, well let's hit play on this. I don't think this is gonna work because it's just gonna replay the whole line, not the whole line, the whole. It's just gonna go through everybody. I forgot something. I forgot the thing. Put the thing in here. Forgot to put the thing in there. Where do we stick that? Gonna wait for it to stop. Stop. Whoops. Now I hit play again. We're gonna do it. Okay, we put it here. And this text is... I like these things to match. That's my thing is I want them to match to the variable name. The variable name in this thing, I feel like they should match. So we hit this population. Justin Barnes, age 47, is male. True. So we need a space after the age and make this black text. Like I said, this is not going to be pretty. So yeah, this just rewrites the thing over and over. Age is male. And so how do we append? I saw that append thing. Unity append text to text mesh pro GUI. You know what we should have done is we should ask chat GPT to see how full of shit it is. Because it's often full of shit. The reason you're getting the error is because you added but you want to reference the text mesh pro components. You know, I feel like I was on the right track here. Append. What does this say though? Because it's a method group. Character elements. Well, that's not, I don't think that's what we want. This isn't what we want. Did I put append on here? Append text to... You know, I have another... Let's ask Chat GPT. I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's been other chatbots will release, and I read some of them. Some of them, they said they looked they acted depressed, and some of them sounded depressed and argumentative because people have just been fucking with them. We can subscribe to Chat GPT now. In Unity, how do you append text to a text mesh pro GUI text field instead? Now I'll just ask. And then there's also some people who deliberately write scripts to try to fuck with the thing, which, I mean, that's fine. In Unity, you can use the following steps. First, make sure that you have the text mesh pro package installed. Thanks for that. Oh, no, this is one of oh, there's a stop generating button. I wish you could say like talk faster. Select the text mesh and add the initial text. To append the text, you can use the following codes. Text Mesh Pro. I never used TM Pro. All right, we got that. Plus equals. Really? It's just plus equals? Let's see if this bot deserves its beating. No, it doesn't deserve a beating. It's a good guy. I don't know. It doesn't have feelings. You just got to keep remembering that. At least I don't think it does. What's the thing called? Where when the singularity, is that what it's called? Uh, I don't think the singularity has happened. Is it called the singularity? I can't remember. All right. Population. So that worked. Thank you. I'm gonna thank the. So that's like the first time it's been correct. You guys can see what I'm typing. Thank you. Uh, I want to give it a cute name. Body. It's not a cute name. You're welcome. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask. Now I should say something. Shut up, you dumb fuck. No. All right, this is what we wanted. This is what we wanted. Yes, it's ugly. Um, I see 5 people here. It doesn't work. It's broken. It's getting the first 5. Then what happens? I knew I shouldn't have done this. Okay, so it does this on awake. Maybe this is an on enable thing. I think it is. Like I'm so excited when I get to do new shit. So it feels like to me on enable it needs to pull this out every time. On awake it's just pulling this once. So let's try it again. If that's the fix, man, I'm learning new shit every day. So that's 5 people. I forgot to rename that bet. Oh, that's 5 people too. So you know what it did? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It added it in there. Okay, so how do we do that? Can we null this fucker out? When I say null this fucker out, I mean, can we do this? Is that gonna blow up shit though? Equals null. It'll let me do it. Reset the text to nothing between each open. Let's see here. Body. That's such a dumb name. What do they have a bot at my work that for people to chat with on the website. They have a silly name for it. It's called, I can't remember. 10 population. Okay, Arthur is male. So one of the reasons why is it's so hard to read in the debug log, I figured it'd be easier if we just threw this up. But what I want to do is have a list of game objects that are clickable. Maybe not clickable, but that's going to generate, we'll center it, just kind of like how we use this, but I don't have time tonight to do that. Is male true? Dennis is a male. Keith is a male. Carol is false. She's a false male. Kimberly is false. Kathleen is false. False. So this is working, and it has their ages. I mean, it's ugly. It is absolutely ugly. So we got the 10. So if we click on this and we click this, and we're back to 7, and we didn't get any bugs. Oh, this is a weird version of this song. We got some old people. I wonder how like difficult that will be in the game if you start out with a bunch of old farts. Yeah, I'm allowed to say old fart because I'm getting there. I'm 49. Ralph Powell and me. Uh, okay, so that's all we're gonna do tonight. Everything's working. We don't have any errors. You know what we also can do just real quick is we can get rid of these. I still want that one because we know You know what? I don't think we need it, actually. Not right now. Name of province? We don't need that. And then we'll have a nice clean. Then we can go clean debug log for next time. And we'll push these, this code as well. There's no hero in this county. We don't need that anymore. And you know what we didn't test? Oh, no, it didn't work the first time because we don't need that. I don't want to delete these things just yet. Whoops. What happens if you just have an empty else statement? Probably nothing. I think nothing. The fuck am I listening to? Gorilla Biscuits. You know what's weird is I went, was it Bad Religion? It was no, it wasn't Bad. No, it was Bad Religion. I listened to like the Bad Religion album that I had when I was a kid, and it actually held up. I was surprised. I'm gonna look it up. Which was it? Stranger Than Fiction. Like they didn't all hold up, but I can't remember which one it was. But I was surprised that they held up. Bad Religion. No, it's not Stranger Than Fiction. I can't remember which one it was. But Suffer. It was Suffer. Just a little side diatribe, or not diatribe, side conversation about punk rock music. Let's hit play one more time, and then we're gonna push our code to the open source shit. Okay, we cleared our console out. Oh no, we didn't. I mean that works. It's ugly. Like we'll want to change to say they're actual, female or male. The only reason that's going to matter is because I do want them to form families and then have kids and stuff. I hit the wrong button. Look at this place. That would be a brutal place in the we should probably put the county name up there. That would be a brutal place. You know what we didn't check is what happens if you press the same place twice? It seems fine. Well, we did it. All right, let's stop now. We'll also probably want, so one of the things is I don't want him to start out as family. I want him to form bonds. And, we don't need to get in that detail because of the city builder thing. We're pushing to county population. We're actually done with county population. And so we deleted some stuff. Let's do the good old close this. And then we will push this and then we will merge it. County population. Wait, is this done? Well, what did we put on our? It's not really done. No, it's not done yet. Randomly generated first name, last name, age, and sex is done. That's all we've done. Then we'll commit this shit. It looks like we did so much stuff, but like I just deleted half the shit we did. I guess I didn't delete half of it, but okay, it gave me a warning and I got word. So that's it. That's it for me tonight. Thank you for joining me. I will talk to you guys next time. I probably won't actually. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll stream on my other channel on video game. But that's it. Thanks. Bye.